of the headlines with regards to security in our country. A few minutes ago, I highlighted the importance of security with regards to everything. Specifically, I talked about tourism. And when there's security, of course, you know that tourism can flourish because you're sure that when you go to Dubai, nobody will do anyhow, because if they do anyhow, they will see anyhow. So that's why people go there and people spend money. But here we are. This is River State. This is Nigeria. My guest is here. We'll be looking at the current role of the Department of State Services, DSS, in modern day Nigeria. So my guest is about to X-rate. We won't talk about how it was founded. We should know that story ourselves quite a while ago, but here we are. Bosinde, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning.
So it's the DSS. Is it different from Secret Service? It's the same, right?
Actually, the DSS is it's the same like Secret Service.
Okay. Is it the same as Secret Service?
Yes,
I know that
it's the same as Secret Service.
Okay, because FBI is even from the Secret Service, and even from CIA, and even from DEA.
They are like our own. Let me give the X-ray and the various intelligence agencies in Nigeria and their area of work.
So to speak,
Yeah, let me name them now. Now, we have the number one of them all, which is the equivalent of the American Secret Service. That is DSS or SSS. As SSS, they are State Security Service, or DSS, Department of State Service. They are one. Their job is to gather internal intelligence.
Okay.
Internal intelligence. That's the role of DSS.
To gather
internal intelligence. They have nothing with Ghana. They have nothing with Egypt, America. No. They are an internal intelligence agency. I'm going to, towards the end of the show, spell out their responsibility first.
Okay.
But for today, let's just look at them. Maybe next time I'll come and give you the details of all intelligence agencies, their job description, and I will tell you everything about them. But for now, these are the intelligence agencies in Nigeria and their area of responsibility, which is also known as AOR. Yes, and the force. Number one, DSS. They are the equivalent of the American Secret Service. Their job is internal intelligence gathering, basically to gather intelligence within the country, as well as protection of VIPs and government personnel, people authority, and any other person in the state deems fit that requires such level of protection. That's what the DSS does. But basically, with the sense of intelligence, their own is internal intelligence.
Okay.
They are responsible for gathering internal intelligence of everything going on, submitting same to the police.
Okay.
For action.
Okay.
Or having a joint a joint what do they call, operation together or something. But they normally submit their intelligence to the police as a matter of compulsory.
Okay.
Then that's one. Then we also have the Defense Intelligence Agency, DIA. DIA is an arm of the defense, mostly headed by military. It's headed by military persons from the rank of a major general and above, which is a 2-star general, either of the military agency, the military, maybe Navy, Army, or Air Force. So Defense Intelligence, they are saddled with the responsibility of both external intelligence. America also have their own defense intelligence agency. They work equivalent to their own CIA, that is the American intelligence, just like the Nigerian own. So they are saddled with the responsibility of gathering intelligence for military operations.
The DIA, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Their intelligence is for military operations, which has to do with basically critical assets like crude oil, the attacks in the north, the Boko Haram, all of that. Their intelligence is aimed at helping the military achieve success in any military operations or exercise. Now, that is not restricted internally. It is in both internally and externally. If Nigerian Army are going to be deployed to ECOMOG or something, the DIA will have to understand what's going to happen in ECOMOG, what are the situations there. So the military does not work, the army does not work into blind spots. It's their job to tell them, give them intelligence and manage them. Even in war, also, the Nigerian government can use them to assist other militaries in any other country that we are partnering with for anything.
Okay.
Yes, to provide intelligence and ensure good military operations with credible reports and all of that, and ensure less casualty and more protection.
Okay.
Now, the head of the DIA, just like the DSS, is also a member of the Security Council with the President. Then we also have the NIA, National Intelligence Agency. That's supposed to be our equivalent of CIA.
Okay.
Their operations is covert. They have covert operations.
Meaning coded.
Yes, and these operations are supposed to be out of the country, basically. Just like the CIA, they are not allowed to operate within the American soil armed. The FBI must be involved. So, just like that, NIA is an intelligence agency that basically should, I use the word should, focus on global intelligence gathering.
Okay.
And ensuring that Nigeria stay appraised with global intelligence gathering. In Nigeria, they work more with the military, just like the CIA too, to carry out those operations, which is basically supposed to be out of the country, basically. Okay. Then, outside of that, the fourth intelligence agency is called FIB, Federal Intelligence Bureau.
Not investigative.
Yes, FIB. Now, they are the equivalent of the American FBI.
Okay.
Federal Intelligence Bureau. In the states, they call them State Intelligence Bureau.
Okay.
Just like American states, they call them like GBI, the Georgia Intelligence Bureau. They have that too. So, they are FIB. Now, FIB is headed by a Deputy Inspector General of Police, because they are in Nigeria, they are an arm of the police. Not really like the FBI is independent. In Nigeria, they are an arm of the police. So their job is to gather intelligence and carry out operations, basically for the police. So they are the official intelligence arm of the Nigerian police. They gather all kinds of intelligence and ensure the police have credible intelligence of day-to-day happenings and activities, and submit same too for operations to the police at the federal, the IG, at the state level, the commissioner, to carry out operation to ensure that those perceived threats are handled. So they get information from everybody too, just like the DSS does. But they are basically, in Nigeria, they are basically for the police. Of course, they still carry out investigations too. So these are the intelligence agencies of the federal government of Nigeria. Now, we still have some minutes. Okay, now let me now go back to the DSS now, and now give you the role of. You see, I've told you what they do. I've told you the FIB is for the police to gather intelligence. I've told you the NIA is for international, should be for international. I've told you that the DIA is for military intelligence and military operations, and now I've told you the DSS or the SSS is for general state intelligence, but within the country and protection of life. Now, let me tell you the role of the DSS for today. Their official role. Their number one role of DSS is intelligence collection and analysis.
Okay.
Yes, the DSS or SSS is number one, to do intelligence, to collect intelligence and analyze this intelligence. For example, they have people working everywhere. Not just informants. They plant themselves as undercover almost everywhere. So they gather all this intelligence and they bring this intelligence together and then they analyze it. For example, boys are always carrying this thing here. Okay, they're always carrying arms and they sell drugs here. And from the look of things, their drug operation is now escalating from here. We notice they've started supplying drug in this other side. And this other side is owned by so kind of clique. So, I think if this is continuing, there will soon be an armed fight that innocent civilians' life will be at stake. So, no, we can't let it go. They give the intelligence to the police, they arrange or they carry out an operation and pick up all the drug people. Now, these drug people don't need to be caught in the act before being arrested.
Okay.
When the DSS or State Security Service are coming for you. Unlike the police where they are going to be looking for all the evidence on earth to know.
These people already have it.
Yes, they have it. It may not be in public domain. It may not be visible to you, but they know they have it and they know they are doing the right thing. So they just come, they pick you up. They don't explain to you. They don't give an announcement and they don't do press conference that today, no, it's not necessary. Their job is to protect the state. So they carry out, they collect intelligence and analyze this intelligence to know where it's going to lead to, so that they can know how to stop it before it happens. Okay. That's their number one role. Number two, protective security. Now, the DSS, or the State Security Service, is also saddled with since they collect and analyze intelligence, who better to protect the president other than them? That's why they are saddled with responsibility of protecting the president, vice president, governors, deputy governors. Not just that, the senator, the senate president, the speaker of the House of Rep, these citizens that are marked like that. I think the top 10 citizens. Number one, we have the president. Number two, citizen, the vice president. Number three, citizen, the senate president. Number four, citizen, the speaker of the House of Rep. Number five, citizen, the deputy senate president. Number six, citizen, deputy speaker of the House of Rep. Number seven, citizen, I think, is the governors. You understand? Order of protocol, yes. Number eight, deputy governors. Now, their job is to protect these people. Ensure that no harm comes to these people, by all means, even if it means giving their own life. In fact, they have to give their life when the need arise to ensure that these people are well protected. So this is their role. And then they can also be attached for special protection of certain assets the country has. Just like the American CIA. You've seen their movies. They can be attached to even protect a criminal who is helping government to achieve something, to ensure that maybe they eradicate that kind of crime or something. They can be tasked with protecting him. But it may not be like publicly protecting him, maybe in a safe house kind of setting or some, until they are able to achieve that goal. Okay. You understand? So that's their role under protective security. Then they are also into counter-terrorism and counter-insurgency, which is why I wasn't happy when we hear herdsmen attack and terrorist attack, because I know there is an agency whose job is to collect intelligence, monitor these situations, and ensure, conduct investigation, and coded arrest, not public arrest like you are under arrest for the murder of this, you are under arrest for committing stealing. No. It's their job to, under counter-terrorism and counter-insurgency, they can come and pick you up at will. They don't need to show start flashing ID card. They can raid you. In fact, when you see some of their operations, you even think it's robbery. You understand? Because no identification, nothing. But that's their job. They can come, so long as you are a threat to the government, under counter-terrorism and counter-insurgency, they have the powers to pick you off, if possible, as secret as possible. As secret as possible. Why? If they pick you up publicly, there are a lot of legal angles to it where you have to defend, like the police will have to start looking for evidence, will have to keep you after 48 hours, you must be let go, blah, blah, blah. But if they pick you up, they are not under such obligations, because they are working strictly to ensure the security of the state. So this is the role of DSS under counter-terrorism. They can pick you up so long as you are a credible threat to national security. It's their job to pick you up and take whatever steps that needs be to protect the interest of the country and for interest of national security. Then there are also law enforcement and investigation. They also carry out general law enforcement basic work and investigation, which include crimes. You understand me? Now, there are some national crimes that are very critical, crimes that are of national significance. For example, you have a case of someone regularly beheading people. You have a case of ritual killing, like the case we used to hear about a chair. A lot of people were shouting about a chair. They cut woman breast, so then do this, so then they keep people, they sell human part. It will be as if nobody's hearing. No. When those kind of news are out there, the DSS job is to investigate it if it is true. And if it is true, silently also pick up those people. And if you watch very well, silently too, the chair issue has died up. So that's the job of the DSS. They silently investigate serious crime and ensure that they remove it, remove the crime, yes, and remove that threat from the country. You understand me? Yeah, that's their job. Just like the example of the HA. Another one is espionage. There are some people in government who are selling Nigeria's national secrets to the international community. That's why you see the international community seems to be appraised more with what we are doing than even we in Nigeria. It's because there are some betrayals, some saboteurs in the government who are busy trading intelligence for money or for favor, such as green card in some countries of choice, or for payment. Some of them are placed in payroll of some foreign agencies that are interested in our security detail, that are interested in our secrets, so that they can know how to enter the country or deal with the country or hold us to ransom or whatever they want to do with us. There are a lot of people inside our government that do that. It's the job of the DSS. They call it espionage. It's the job of the DSS to fish out these people and take necessary steps You understand me?
Yeah.
To protect the secrets of the country. They also play advisory role on government matters, especially on national security. You understand me? They are always consulted for certain security operations. Since they collect intelligence and analyze them, even if the intelligence is collected from another intelligence agency I have mentioned, if the operation is very critical and is of a national interest, they are always called upon to advise on what should happen, on what they think. You understand me? So these are part of what they do. Now, these things I have spelled out here is the basic responsibility of the Department of State Service. Before we go now, let me now tell you some of the challenges I think the DSS have personally. Number one challenge I think they have is that they have not been able to properly collect and analyze and prevent security threats. Example, we have herdsmen attack, we still have Boko Haram out there, we still have oil theft going on, we still have so many publicly situations that have come to public light with regards to insecurity in the country. You understand me? So they have not successfully been able to do that. That is one. Number two, I think for now the DSS, for me, basically, since the last administration of President Buhari, I am not sure the DSS have been rightly focused on how they should be focused, because from Buhari time, we saw the DSS coming out to do press conference.
He started from Jonathan's time.
Okay. They started coming out to do press conference, and then you start seeing them coming out to take suspects to court. Like the case of Nnamdi Kanu, they are still taking him to court. All those things, I don't think, my father served in the SSS. They started it when they brought them. No, they started it from the police. The DSS or SSS is a body of the police that was carved out from the police and kept independent to do this job. You understand me? So they used to call them National Security Organization of Nigeria, NSO, before they changed it to SSS, State Security Service. And then Buhari came and said it's not DSS. The point is, I'm not sure. Should their job does not go with press conferences, press briefings. Yes. If they are to hold press conference, it should be on successes recorded, either directly or through the presidents. They are to come and tell us, we have successfully this year neutralized 13,000 number of threats in this country, 656 in the south, 10 in the north. You know, give this estimate, not in details. They are not supposed to give Nigerians details of their operations. You get? But now we see them having press conferences on arrest of people. We see judges giving them orders and order. Judges coming to tell the DSS, we are having this order. Those orders don't come. No. What the DSS owe is to brief the president on their operation. They take their directives from the president. That is one. And then when the need arise, the House Committee in the National Assembly can summon them for explanation on certain issues.
And all those ones are coded usually.
And then they come and give a hearing, maybe a Senate hearing. You get, to explain themselves to the Senate. But not to be coming to be seen with suspects on the street, taken to court and bringing them back from court. For me, I don't think if the DSS continue playing these roles, I think it will not help them. Now we see DSS even coming out on uniform. Of course, even the Secret Service, they have the uniform division. You understand me? That wear their uniform to do their job. They have the uniform division. But in Nigeria, if they are going to have a uniform division, they should have a uniform division, and then their covert should be covered. But their operation, I don't think they need explanation now, because of the need to get the public space too. I begin to see them, and even Nigerians are starting seeing them becoming more like the police force. So
we should not know who they are. We should not even hear them say
now
anything.
People, everybody, every child even know now DSS carry on. Now DSS carry on. It's now in everybody's mouth. You understand me? There's not DSS now can carry on. So they are becoming gradually to the Nigerian people like the police. And once Nigerians are good with, if you sell your privilege, they will help castigate you well. So my advice to the DSS is this: one, they should return back to their original form of operations, where they were very, very covert in their activities of intelligence gathering and even carrying out operations, as they should be doing. Two, they should limit their press conference now to not giving people very deep details and everything about what they do. Instead, they should just be giving figures of what they have done without name and any visibility or any kind. And three, they should try their best to be even more professional and ensure that the integrity of the department is protected. Their core value and mandate is to ensure state security. They should just focus on that. And if they are able to do that, I am sure we can achieve Nigeria with free headsmen and free other insecurity, because I trust the capacity of the DSS to perform when they are in the right direction. My name is Ambassador Bosinde, and I think this is not a common sense.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Bosinde.